Hello viewers, welcome to an unboxing video of the TS PC Racer from Thrustmaster. I'm still working on elements for the review. That's probably going to take until the new year, testing it with different rims and getting it set up on the different games. But I thought I'd give you an unboxing video and talk about a bit of the roundup so far. So the information you see in the box here, you can see all the different components, your different plugs, the book no one ever reads, the wheel itself. This is probably the most exciting element in many ways. I always like a new rim, good old rims. There we are, nice Formula rim there. Feels nice, it's a nice size. I've got one issue with it which I'm going to point out on the actual review, which the thickness of the bit that connects to the centre. I could do with being a bit thinner, but other than that, it looks nice. Very sort of bright garish colours though. I preferred to have seen a sort of more professional look in terms of the colour palette, but either way it's all very functional, and I'm going to keep testing it and then come back on a full review in due course. That was the base, and of course the surprising power supply. So there's the rim, feels nice and solid in the hands. In practice it's felt absolutely great on racing experience. The feedback's been amazing and just really nice material as well. So solid if unspectacular rim. I think there we are. I'm looking at the no digital dial at the top, no way to sort of add that as far as I'm aware. Obviously people will stick their mobile phones to it, whatever they do, but it would have been nice to have seen some LEDs there. But in terms of placement of the gears and everything, it's very nice. So it's a nice rim, feels very authentic in your hands. It really does feel like a solid real racing driver rim. Onto the actual base itself. Just having a look around the base, it's quite heavy actually. Holding it in front of the camera here, it's quite a weight. The front part is plastic around the wheel, but all the rest of it is metal, and we'll have a look at that. You've got the different mode buttons, the other two buttons there as well. This is all metal on the sides and the top there, so nice grille, really nicely designed. It's very compact, and then a fan on the back. So far, whenever that fan's gone on, it's been silent. I've not heard it. It's been very silent. It's taken quite a lot of impact. I mean, I've run it for 2-3 hours solid racing, and it's handling it fine on high force feedback as well. So it'd be interesting to see how much punishment it takes. So it's a very nice, it's quite large. Trying to get it into the camera shot there. I'll have to compare it actually in some ways to the T500. There's the power supply. Wow, very cool design. I personally really like what they've done with the design. I thought that was really nicely designed. And it's very heavy, weighs a ton. One of the heaviest power supplies I think I've ever come across. I was thinking, whoa, that's a weighty piece of kit there, but no, I like the design. I think, it's nice that a bit of thought's gone into that. I don't see it as a gimmick. I see it as a nice bit of design aesthetic, and it goes well. I have so many bricks lying around for all these different steering wheels and game consoles. Just a nice idea to try something different. But in terms of size, yeah, I suppose it's smaller than the T500 in terms of width, but it's certainly vertically it's quite high there. So then it was on some racing. Obviously, you guys have seen some of these videos. I've literally done quite a few hours of racing so far, I have to say. Just trying to get the feedback and understand what I'm getting through the wheel. And really, I think for me, in terms of how high I can run the force feedback and the punishment. Most of my racing has been on racing experience so far. I'm just waiting for to get it set up on the other games, and there's some updates and drivers and everything else. It's a brand new wheel to get stuck into. If you want to win a TS PC wheel, there's also a competition going on racing experience to win one of the wheels. And you can see here a bit of the racing in action on the actual, I think it's a Formula 2 car racing around Spa. So pretty cool. Really enjoyed doing this run actually. I got to sort of the top 500 and then realised it was going to take a lot more laps. You can see the reflection of the Christmas tree in the TV there. But yeah, I got into the top 500 and then thought, well, I've already got a wheel, so I don't really need to sit here for a couple of hours pushing and pushing and pushing. First thing is finding your gearing. Once you find the gearing, you'll find the seconds really fall off on your lap time. And there's a couple of techniques the top guys are using, which I haven't figured out yet. But if you can find those techniques, you'll find all the speed. It's not just about, when you do something like this, don't underestimate your own abilities. Most of the secret to speed is in knowing where the speed is, you know, and knowing what gear you're supposed to be in, and knowing when you get on the power. It's knowing how to drive the course rather than the actual ability to drive the course is what's important. So I've been enjoying this, having a few laps. Tried it with assists on and with assists off. I actually did better with assists on just because I struggle with the last two corners a bit, trying to find out how to get out of those corners. But the quickest guys all have assists off, so I think you're going to need to work out what we're doing in terms of the gearing on those corners. Thanks for those of you that helped me with the movement. I've reduced the movement now. It's way too much movement. I mean, I was bumping all over the place on this car, and it was a nightmare to drive. But thanks for your feedback on that. Really appreciate that. And that's it really for a preview. Just a quick look at the wheel. Obviously, fundamentally, it's very similar to the other wheels that are out there, and I look forward to testing it on many more games. But I'll be continuing to test that with other rims, other games, and there'll be a review later in the new year. But that's it from me for now. More coverage to come on this wheel and other events surrounding it, and there'll be more from me very soon.